Every trial permitted by God carries a lesson designed to strengthen your faith. Have you ever wondered why God sometimes allows pain instead of removing it immediately? In our hardest moments, it's easy to ask, Lord, why is this happening to me? But what if the better question is, Lord, what are you teaching me through this? There was once a young farmer who inherited a small piece of land from his father. He worked tirelessly, believing that if he did everything right, life would always go according to plan. But one year, a terrible drought struck. His crops withered, his savings disappeared, and he began to lose hope. One evening, he visited an elderly neighbor known for his deep faith. Looking at the dry fields, the old man smiled gently and said, "The strongest trees don't grow because the weather is always pleasant. They grow because their roots learn to search deeper when the ground becomes dry." Those words stayed with the young farmer. Instead of giving up, he began to pray with greater sincerity. He stopped depending only on his own strength and started trusting God more than his circumstances. The drought didn't end overnight, but something inside him changed. His fear gave way to peace. His anxiety became confidence. His faith grew stronger than it had ever been during seasons of abundance. Months later, the rains finally returned. His fields recovered, but he realized the greatest harvest wasn't growing in the soil, it had grown in his heart. Many of us pray for God to remove every difficulty. Yet throughout Scripture, God often used trials to prepare his people for greater purposes. Joseph endured betrayal before becoming a leader. David faced giants before becoming a king. The apostles experienced persecution before spreading the gospel across nations. Their trials were not signs that God had abandoned them. They were part of God's work in shaping their character and deepening their faith. The same can be true for us. Not every trial is a punishment. Sometimes it is preparation. Sometimes God allows us to walk through difficult seasons so we can discover that His strength is greater than our weakness, His peace is deeper than our fear, and His grace is sufficient even when life feels overwhelming. Faith isn't proven when everything is easy. Faith is refined when everything is difficult, and you still choose to trust God. So if you're walking through a trial today, don't lose heart. God sees every tear, hears every prayer, and knows every burden you carry. What feels like a setback may actually be the beginning of your spiritual growth. Remember this truth: every trial permitted by God carries a lesson designed to strengthen your faith. If you keep trusting Him, you'll one day look back and realize that your greatest struggle became the place where your faith grew the deepest. Before you go, reflect on this question. Looking back on your life, what trial taught you the greatest lesson about trusting God? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if this message encouraged you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. May God give you the strength to trust Him through every season of life,